Hello students, welcome to science class. Today we are going to begin with the topic properties of matter. In the last class we were talking about the matter. What is matter? Matter is something that takes up space. But in this case we are going to talk about the properties of matter. But first we are going to know about the difference between physical properties and chemical properties. What are physical properties? Physical properties is everything that we can see like appearance, texture, color, odor, melting, boiling, density, solubility, and many others. And chemical properties is when we are talking about that something is happening or a reaction. For example, flammability, toxicity, stability and heat combustions. Okay, so what kind of examples about matter? So we have the chair, we have the pencil, we have the computer, the table, the ball. So those are examples of matter. Let's continue. Now we are going to predict what these kind of questions. We are going to say it is true or false. Number 1. Liquid water freezes at the same temperature at which ice melts with 0 Celsius. True or false? What do you think, guys? The answer is true. Very good. Number 2. A bowling ball weighs less than a foam ball at the same size. What is the answer? The answer is false. Very good. An object with a density greater than the density of water will float in water. What do you think? False. Very good. They are really different. Solubility is the ability of one substance to dissolve in another. What is the answer? True. Very good. Now, in this exercise, we are going to describe. If you were asked to describe an orange to someone who had never seen an orange, what would you tell the person? The answer is an orange is round fruit that is orange in color. It has a rough skin or peel and it has an acidic taste. Very good. Okay, now let's continue with the number 3. Syntheticide. In this case, many English words have their roots in other languages. The root of the word solubility is the Latin word solvere, which means to loosen. Make an educated guess about the meaning of the word solubility. What can we respond about this? Solubility is the ability of the substance to dissolve in another substance. Very good. In this lesson, we are going to talk about these vocabulary terms, physical property and chemical property. Remember that we have been talking in this, okay? The difference between these two, physical property and chemical property. Let's continue with the class. In here, we are going to talk about physics, okay? So, we are going to know about what is a physical property. What is a physical property? A characteristic of a substance that can be observed or measured without changing the identity of the substance that is called physical property. Remember that when we are talking about physical property, we are talking about a texture, color, odor, melting, boiling, density, solubility, and many others. Okay? And then we have the physical property of an object can be observed with the senses. What kind of senses do we have? Sight, smell, hearing, touch, and taste. Very good. Now, in here we are looking or we can see the gold. What is gold? The gold is dense, soft, and shiny. In here we are talking about physical properties. Okay? The gold in this factory is changed. Okay? Is changed because it have a process. Now we are going to answer these two questions. In here you are going to list 6 physical properties. What is the answer? Color, shape, size, odor, texture, and flexibility. And the number 6, okay, in the number 6, we have describe how could you measure a physical property of the gold bar shown in this image. I could measure the length of a gold bar with a ruler. Very good. Let's continue. In here, we have common physical properties. If you see in here, we have many, okay? The first one is density. What is density? Density is a measure of the amount of mass in a given amount of volume. Then we have electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity is a measure of how well electric charges can move through a substance. Then we have thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity is the rate of which a substance transfers heat. For example, in here we can see it is hot or no. Don't touch it because you are going to burn your touch. Very good. Solubility. The solubility is the ability of a substance to dissolve in another substance. If you see here, we are making a juice, okay, and we are using two kinds of substances. Then we have malleability. Malleability is the ability of a substance to be rolled or pounded into various shapes. Then we have luster. Many metals often have a shine. Okay, they can shine. That is luster. Melting point. The melting point of a substance is the temperature at which it changes from a solid to a liquid. Hardness. Minerals are often described by relative hardness. Okay, if you see in here, we have many different physical properties. Now let's explain. The photo shows oil and vinegar in a picture. What is the difference? Okay, the vinegar in this case is denser than the oil. Now we are going to predict. Okay, if you let all the liquid evaporate out of the pitcher, will you be able to see the solid particles of the drink mix? Can you explain? Let's see what is the answer. Yes, because solubility is a physical property. The solid particles of the drink mix would be left behind. Their identity doesn't change. Very good. Number 10, we are going to identify. Okay, you are going to name something made of aluminum and explain why malleability is a useful property. Why? Because aluminum malleable, it can be rolled into sheets of aluminum foil that are used in food packaging. Very good. And the number 11, you need to make a summarize. Identify 3 physical properties you could use to organize a set cookware. You could organize a set of cookware by its size, color, or increasing thermal conductivity. Very good. Let's continue. In here, we are going to talk about chemical properties of matter. But first, we need to know what is a chemical property. What is a chemical property? A chemical property describes a substance's ability to change into a new substance with different properties. Very good. In here, we are going to predict. Okay, we have this old car. Why is this old car like this? Let's see. Why do automobiles rust more easily in wet climates than the drier climates? Very easy to know it. Why? Iron rusts more easily in wet climates because there is more water in the air. In here we have 2 examples about chemical properties: reactivity and flammability. Okay, remember that every part that is underlined, you need to underline and answer all the questions in the video. Thanks. See you in the next class.